water, the DreamHack still water without flavor. The flavored one is
sweet.
It's way too sweet this year.
Us one across?
Of course.
Thank you.
There we go.
Got to keep hydrated. Got to keep the voice fresh for this grand finals, which I'm sure will be an exciting one.
I will hope so. I hope so. So yeah, Wizzrobe now putting on his jacket.
Yeah, I mean he only took it off a few minutes ago. I'm pretty sure, but you know it is important to do these things.
Sometimes it looks to me that you know, whatever you can do to stall it a little bit more, a little bit longer, will be fine for him. There we go.
Jabali's over here.
The man, telling him, Wizzy, are you ready? And he says yes, but you know, I gotta check that I close my zipper appropriately. Calm and collected. Yes. Armada sitting there, not even practicing anymore.
Yeah, he's just done. So it looks like you might be talking to the TO about the TV perhaps there? Oh no, I'm not
sure. You know, Wizzrobe was supposed to stay on the TV after he played the last set. I wonder if this was the longest Wizzrobe counter though. You know, I think this was possibly the longest Wizzrobe countdown, because now we are only about to... Oh yeah, it was 6.5 minutes. Yeah. Now we are into the hand warmers.
Yeah, so
6.5 minutes. Wizzy, come on.
Yeah. It's quite something.
Those extra 30 seconds make sure to be well prepared for grand finals.
Okie dokie.
Man, he stalled us so much, I got nothing more to say about,
it's like you do understand you're making my job so much harder, you know, like this is the 4th time this weekend that I've had to talk nonsense to try and keep you guys at home entertained, and I am so sorry that we are struggling for words here.
Yeah.
But it is a difficult task when we are faced with this obscene procrastination and delays and just everything.
So, for everybody broadcasting Smash tournaments, if Wizzrobe is attending, possibly you could, show some commercials for 6 minutes.
Oh, and now the RPS starts.
Ooh. Good to know. Wizzy tried to go for the good old rock, which usually never lets you down. But Armada had the paper strats.
Yeah, solid rock always wins.
Yeah,
except when it doesn't. Exactly. All right, I think we might finally have a game on our hands here. Please begin, Wizzrobe, because I have been waiting for this grand finals all day. I know it's going to be spectacular. I just cannot wait for it to begin.
You know that they're striking stages right now. This could take a while.
Don't do this to me.
I just don't want to get your hopes up that the next 10 seconds will be filled with gameplay, It's I don't think so.
Yeah, seeing lots of people in my tweets, in my DMs saying, imagine a non-top player trying this. I can only imagine that they would be DQ'd quite briefly. Quite shortly. And I think we're finally in. It's it. Grand finals. Fry's Wizzrobe versus Alliance's Armada. We're going straight into it on FD here, the first game. And it's Wizzy who starts off with a combo, getting 41% on Armada. As these things go, it's not the most explosive one we've seen, because it can be chain grab city or it can be up air city on the stage, and that means 0 to death sometimes. The thing about like we saw this exact same game one when Wizzy played Triff earlier today. The difference between Triff and Armada is that Armada's defensive is so freaking insane that he always has an answer to every single thing that Wizzrobe can throw at him. Yeah. And potentially, even when he gets comboed, DI out of it so perfectly that there's none of those explosive moments that we saw when Wizzy played against Triff earlier. Yeah.
It's a lot more uncommon to see against Armada, See how he DIs out there. Triff would potentially have died from that, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, yeah.
So
no, there's been tiny extra improvements, incremental changes on his punish game and his defensive game carries so much weight.
Yeah.
And we see that, in the first game of Triff versus Wizzy, it was like back and forth first stock, and then they were both at like 150 and one of them died.
Exactly.
And this time, Armada was at like 50, 60,
And now Armada retaliates with a grab. All right.
And the chain grab starts up again, and Wizzy is...
And now he goes for weak bear.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. And the chain grab starts again, and he tries... Yeah, tries to get him off stage, or at least at the ledge, just to keep him out there, just to keep his center stage the position where he can pull the turnip. That helps so much with the neutral game and also with the edge guards. Armada on this way to a 4-stock in the first game. I mean, what?
Yeah, I know, just straight off the bat. Like, right at the very start, Wiz was looking decent, but then Armada gets one combo, kills him. Respawns, he finds one more combo, and it's just been extending his lead non-stop.
Yeah, I think over the course of the last minute, Wizzy potentially like hit Armada 3 times or something.
Yeah. And
all right, he goes for a dash attack to up smash, not trying to go for another one of those chain grabs, even though it could have led to a potential punish to kill. Armada decided to build up the percent just because I think it's more optimal in this way to go for the easier things and build up the percent, because then he can trade better when he loses the first stock. Yeah. So now he loses the first stock, and this is the exact situation we were talking about.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times Armada's been compared to a machine, and, you know, you call that true or not, but there are some things where a lot of people might think, yeah, I'll play for the 4-stock, but Armada, he doesn't really care so much about the glory, a lot more about the winning.
Exactly. You can play for the glory when it's not about $10,000 again.
Exactly, you know. And there's so much pride for him as well here. We're at DreamHack, a tournament that he fought to get Melee into, and now he's here trying to win it. And 3-stock in game 1 of Grand Finals is a good start.
And now Wizzy taking his time to take off his jacket again. But the Peach jingle wasn't even done yet, and Wizzy had his jacket taken off.
Yeah, maybe maybe the pre-game of putting the jacket on was actually a mistake, you know.
Possibly, possibly. Now wrapping his CEO shirt again.
Yeah.
By the way, what is Wizzrobe's sponsor? Is this really just like a Fries? Is it like an electronics like market or something?
I think so.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
I hope it's like not even like commercially successful like franchise, but just
just
one
shop.
Just one shop in his street, and he's like, "Yo, guys, would you sponsor me?" like in what way? Give me money for playing Super Smash Bros. They were like, "Super what?" Well, yeah.
So back to the set, game 1 on FD, and Armada really gave it to him. I think Wizzy's going to have to change it up for this next game.
I think it was a mistake by Wizzy going to that stage, because against Triff, you know, it made sense, but Armada's defense is so much better.
So I think Pokemon Stadium's the classic pick. You know, we spoke about this before. I wouldn't be surprised to see that one. Back into it.
There we go.
Stadium it is.
Good read on your part. Ooh, Armada.
Straight
Oh my god!
And he's still going. Just pulled 70% out of nowhere, out of thin air.
Let me remind you again that this is the stage that Armada 4-stock Dark Rain on.
I can tell that match had a big impact on you.
It did. I was like, what? And he had like over 100 in the first stock.
Yeah.
And then, dude, what
barely got hit. So yeah, much like the previous game, Armada only taking sort of 50 or 60 before he gets that kill. I mean, I say that kill is really the first combo that he gets on Wizzrobe, but you know, one combo, one kill, often the same thing when we're talking about Armada.
Definitely, yeah. He really pushed the boundary of what Peaches could do in this game, and you know, it shows that he's still trying to improve upon Peaches' punish game.
Yeah.
Whenever he can. When he can show us something new, he will. And his discoveries have led to people, you know, try to emulate his playstyle. While Wizzy is an entrepreneur for his character, really, you know?
An innovator for sure.
Yeah. So it should be easier for Wizzrobe in this case, you know, to overcome Armada, because he knows what Armada does for virtually 10 years now.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Armada had to learn the matchup against Falcon from scratch when facing Wizzrobe, because he's playing so much differently than everybody did before.
A lot of it has changed, no? Well, that's no jump for Wizzrobe there, and that looks like 2-stock lead here for Armada. Wizzrobe with a shake of a head, and you know, a shake does not normally signal good things. Nah,
it does. Like, shaking your head doesn't usually lead into, you know, you making the comeback of a lifetime.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's the classic. It's body language 101, but you know, the nod, it indicates you accepted what happened, you've learned from it, you're going to try and change. The shake is kind of like a denial, and you can deny you're losing to Armada, but he's going to whoop your ass anyway.
You can't deny losing to him, but that doesn't make him lose to you.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, Armada not reacting to the non-tech there by Wizzy, and Wizzy in this way getting out of the combo Armada had there, and starting a little combo of his own, but still down an entire stock and more, and then some, you know. And so Wizzy really in a difficult spot. His punish game, what carried him all the way up until the point he is right now in Grand Finals, isn't as effective against Armada because his defense, his DI is so superior to everyone else he Wizzrobe faced today. So Wizzy really has got to rethink his game plan. Maybe play the neutral a little more safer so he gets more stray hits, you know, so he gets the percentage on. Because Falcon has an easier time getting in on Peach than the other way around. But if you... Oh, there we go. But if you rely too heavily on those combos extending as far as they do against lesser players, then you will have a difficult time overcoming Armada.
Yeah.
Because you will hit a brick wall.
Yeah.
And that's what we see Wizzy having trouble with right now.
Yeah, most certainly. Looks like Armada's poised to close out this game here. Weak net, turn it. Another net. Oh, no, good fade back from Wizzy.
Oh, yep. Armada not trying to be too committal. Again, like we saw in the first game, maybe he didn't want to be too committal because he had the fear of potentially losing the stock for this.
Exactly.
And he is at 34. Oh. Do you think Wizzy tried to go for the turnip right there to mix up his recovery, or do you think it was just a plain
old
misinput?
Yeah, possibly. I think it's more likely he expected he was facing the other way. You know, think he'd get down onto the stage, potentially knock Armada away.
Yeah.
But, you know, he's facing away and just sees himself out instead.
Yeah. All right, so...
Armada poised here, truly poised.
2-0, Armada looking as dominant as one would expect. A lot more dominant than he looked 2 weeks ago at the Smash Summit 5 when Wizzrobe took him to Game 5 by winning the first 2 games really solidly.
But that is the nature of Armada. If you get close to drawing blood from him, he is not going to be sitting on his haunches until the next set.
Yeah.
He is going to be in the lab. He's going to be practicing. He's going to be experimenting, learning new things, how to deal with your characters, watching your videos. All of this stuff comes together. And that's why he is one of the, if not the best players in the world, not just because of how he performs on the day, because of the exceptional work, the research, the learning, the study that he does to develop his character and push the metagame forwards.
And I guess it was really helpful for him to overcome the problems he had with, or the apparent problems he almost had with Wizzrobe 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
It helped him a lot that Wizzrobe stayed at his place for a week, I guess.
Yes.
So, you know, he could learn a little more about Wizzrobe's mentality, about Wizzrobe's, you know, play style in general, because they haven't played that often, you know.
Yeah.
Wizzrobe is still a fairly new player for the kind of top player that he is.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, he takes his time. Armada sitting there, warming his hands a little more.
Yeah, this one I've got to call, you know, it feels like it definitely is a time to slightly break Armada's stride and also regain his composure. And I think this is a little bit more fair play than what we've seen before, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Because just rushing back into it is never going to work for him, you know. He's just got 2 stocks, was that?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and it's not a good look. And, you know, if you want to win this tournament, he needs to win 3 games in a row now, and that is just to reset the bracket because he's come from the loser's side.
Yeah, definitely.
So if he does manage to do 3 games in a row, he then needs to win another best of 5.
Another 3 games, not potentially in a row, but has to win another 3. And as it looks right now, in terms of tournament games, Armada just won the 5th game in a row on Wizzrobe, with the 3 that he won at Summit in a row, and now 2 more. So it seems like Armada has figured out what was the threat that Wizzy was posing to him, you know, and ever since then never looked back.
Catches strong up there from Wizzy, but the Broly saving Armada by
how did that parasol?
Whisker.
Oh my goodness. Yes. Armada being a little bit too transparent with his recovery right there. Wizzrobe still trying to edgeguard him.
Yeah. He's doing a great job of going really low because a lot of things that Wizzrobe is doing is kind of running off so he's level to the stage and then using the up air to cover a lot of that space.
Yeah.
But he's really struggling to hit below the level of the stage, so Armada's going into that space and then coming up with an up B nice and safely.
Yep. Yeah, the up air starts fairly low for Falcon, but not as low as Armada can get.
Yes.
Which is the nature of the matchup, obviously.
Yeah. And EA did get a big kill, big combo on Armada. He's up 160% now, but combos and percent, it's not the same as a kill, you know, and Armada can be at this percent and still get a chain grab, potentially.
But Armada got a little bit impatient, tried to get in there with a dash attack, which is a mistake we see almost virtually every single Peach do, you know. At some point you get impatient, you want something to happen, you want some interaction in the game, because you cannot win a game without interacting with your opponent. So Armada went in there, tried to go for a dash attack, gambled it, and got killed like this. But now he is at 0 or low percent. Now he has a lot more tools unlocked again.
Yes, great use of the downwards throw of the turnip there. Wizzy was not expecting that at all, I don't think. Stopped him from sneaking to the ledge and allowed Armada to continue landing in there, finishing off the edge guard.
Yeah. So Armada basically, after Wizzrobe having a very explosive start but wasn't able to finish out the stock, Armada basically evened up the game.
Yes.
Over the course of like 20 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
And up air.
Now
the reverse forward there was amazing. Wizzy forgot about his re-jump not being there anymore.
So. And he had such a strong start to this game, but since that first stock, Armada's just been bringing the pain. Oh, that looked like quite a flood there from Wizzrobe as well. Just, you don't want to be missing simple things. Get a really damaged confidence, but if anything can bring it back, a knee like that.
Oh, yeah. Armada dash dancing. Oh, Wizzy grabbing him out of the float height that was not quite optimal by Armada. A little like misstep on his spacing right there, which is very uncommon for Armada, but I think that it will be the last time that we see him like, do a mistake like this because it's very, very uncharacteristic. But Wizzy capitalizing on it greatly.
Yes, he has got Armada to 100%. You know, you spoke in the previous set, I think, and in this set as well, about the insane defensive gameplay of Armada. The epitome of commentator's cuss there.
Yeah.
He dies as I say it. So Wizzrobe looking like he might be able to get himself on the scoreboard here. This is at least a start of the huge mountain that he needs to climb to be able to come out on top in this whole grand finals.
Yep.
Oh, combo opportunity here.
Armada DIing wisely, like way outside of the frame of the stage.
Doesn't want to get messed up with any of Falcon's offstage stuff.
Great smash DI there on the neutral air for Armada, trying like being able to get in there and nair Wizzy himself with Peach's quickest move in the air, the neutral air. That also sends him perfectly well for, or sets him up for another edge. Now it's even again.
Yeah, Armada steals the ledge away, and there is a percent deficit here, but you know, Armada gets a grab. He can do 0 to 90, no problem.
Armada tried to go for the cheeky down smash on the platform, even hit it, but traded it with an up aerial, which is very unfortunate for him, because if he would have done the down smash a little bit earlier, he could potentially have Wizzy at 50 at this point, you know? Yeah. That's going to be the game. Wizzy on the scoreboard, 2-1 for Armada. Two more match points for Armada up until Wizzy will be able to potentially reset the bracket.
Yes.
So we are 15 minutes late. I think this is exactly every single time that Wizzy stalls, you know?
It literally is. He was like 6 minutes, 7 minutes, something like that.
So see, the TO team really thought ahead of everything, but they couldn't, you know, they couldn't
Still
compute.
couldn't quite account for Wizzrobe.
Yeah, exactly.
Okie dokie. So I imagine, you know, he had a break and he won, so I think he's going to have another break.
Yeah. So while we're at it, shoutouts to the TO team. Shoutouts to Jabali, who came all the way here from Florida. Shoutouts to Reverb, who came all the way here from Gothenburg, which is not that much of a distance to travel. Shoutouts to VJ, who came all the way here from Lund, which is a little more than a little further away than Gothenburg, but still in Sweden. And shoutouts to all the little helpers that we've seen all over, like over all these years at all the Swedish tournaments, like Beast and all the DreamHacks.
I think we also need to give a shout out to Aran Liver. I mentioned him earlier, but you know, he is the reason you can see and hear us right now.
Definitely.
Otherwise, we would just be shouting to ourselves.
Yeah, exactly.
So you know,
potentially in a phone to live stream, you know.
Yeah. Facebook live stream from someone's mobile.
Yeah, exactly.
Shaky hand cam. We're saved from that by Liver.
Thank you, Liver. But the very first time I saw a Facebook live stream being a thing was actually at DreamHack Summer last year, when somebody Facebook, I think Askeflink, live streamed Amsa versus Dady because it wasn't on stream. And it was Game 5. And Amsa managed to take it, but it was super close.
Speaking of Game 5, we've only got 4 here, but Wizzrobe is going to need to make one more together to get to that point. Whereas Armada, still, despite just losing that game, still at tournament point here.
Yeah.
He's got 2 more shots to win a game. That will win in the tournament. Failing that, he still has another whole set in the backup.
Also, two more shots at winning a game at a stage of his choice.
Yes.
Which is a lot bigger in this game than in like any other fighting game.
Yeah, the difference between, you know, Pokemon Stadium and Dreamland here, definitely a big deal. Because even in that game, we saw lots of situations where Armada died by the skin of his teeth, you know, and he would have had extra chances over and over again to playing on Dreamland.
Whereas, you know, Wizzrobe's recovery doesn't really get too much better playing on Dreamland, while his potential to maneuver around the stage, which is Captain Falcon's, I would say, main asset in over the entirety of the rest of the cast, is his ability to maneuver around the stage, especially on a jumping level, because he can cover so much space with one short hop. On this stage, it's the best for him.
Yes, yeah.
But then again, Armada's survivability insane on that stage.
Yeah. You know, you mentioned it throughout the set, but we've already seen some spectacular smash DI from Armada, regular DI from Armada, and all of that is going to be amplified when we're on this stage. You know?
Yeah.
It's not like you're just playing against any Peach who lives a bit longer. Every bit longer that Peach would live is extenuated by the fact that this is Armada.
Yeah. He's not any Peach. He's the Peach that could kill you at touch.
Yeah.
See, Armada came up with a way to cover for the mistake that drifted early in the set.
Yes.
When he gets grabbed by the rejump,
he does the nair and then run away. Yeah. To avoid the grab hitbox.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's beautiful stuff. He didn't manage to quite continue the edge guard after that, which I think he maybe could do.
It's quite difficult. You really got to read, because you wanna decide for which direction you wanna follow Falcon on after the apex of the up B. But the apex of the up B is so close to the stage level because it comes from below the ledge.
Yes.
And it's very difficult to react to that. So you would rather want to go to read, and this is then 50-50, right? It's a coin flip then.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. Armada takes the first stock in this game. He's at 150, but I think he's going to do everything he can to annoy Wizzrobe, cling on to life, make his opponent want to overextend, want to reach, want to take an extra risk to close out the stock. And then as soon as that risk gets taken, try and find the punish for it.
So would you say he does to Wizzy what Wizzy does to people in real life?
Yes, I would say that.
He stalls out every nook and cranny.
Great dash down spacing there from Armada, moving smoothly away from Wizzrobe's grab.
Getting the dash attack, reacting to Wizzy being a little bit sloppy with his neutral air, standing there in place.
That should be a combo star. A few up airs here, sending Armada off the stage. A third one. Armada on the Parasol, definitely a scary place.
Oh,
critical down smash, critical.
Oh my god, and Armada gets him with the double weak back aerial, carrying off stage without him being able to regain his rejump with the down B, because he was still on a very low level. Kind of like the stage level. So yeah, Armada, quick kill on Wizzy.
Ooh, and then he catches the jump there. Wizzy looking like might have been facing an edge guard there, but turns around, finds a nair.
Ooh, and Armada still managing to DI and barely cling on to life after that very, very strong back air that he actually did not anticipate at all, it looked like.
Wizzrobe has grappled back control of his stock, but the thing is, these trades still aren't in his favor because he's already down in the stocks in the descent. Peach will trade with you in those situations, you know?
But the last 3 hits were clean hits by Wizzrobe, so at least he's not, he's not making it worse at the moment. He has got Armada on checkmate right now, and this...
But you see, when he lost the first stock, he was at 30, but now he's gone to 100 before. It's such a stark difference. And, even if he gets this kill, it's only going to be a matter of time before Armada takes another stock in the lead. Really, really looking like Wizzrobe's going to need some magic here if he's going to want to win this one.
Yeah, definitely. So Dreamland definitely was the correct choice, even though we are questioning if Wizzrobe, if a Peach should go Dreamland against a player like Trephasia or Armada. We now see that it was definitely a great choice.
Yes, definitely.
And we got DDD in the background, lurking.
Oh!
And you know what it is?
Yeah.
In Germany we call it the once a weekend toad, because it usually only works once a weekend. Armada saved it all the way to grand finals.
Yes. And that's only going to frustrate his opponent more,
Exactly! And he makes great use of it, pulling out 18%.
And now he is not just ahead in the stocks, but a whole clean, fresh stock ahead of his opponent. And that is what you need in Melee. And right now, Wizzrobe has not many places to go at all.
Ooh, yeah, Armada again, DIing perfectly out of the setup that Wizzrobe had there. I think Trephasia potentially would have eaten 70% in a situation like that.
He takes one hit, that's it.
Not to discredit Trephasia at all, but we see the difference, in the defensive that Armada puts to the table, and Wizzrobe is definitely caught off guard by it.
Wizzrobe's getting away to the top platform, but it feels somewhat like he's only denying the inevitable. He's going to need not just to save himself, but to find kills on Armada, and that is so tricky to do.
Definitely.
Especially when you're on Dreamland, you're on 100%.
And the game is already more than 5 minutes long, so
Yes.
he doesn't have too much more time left, you know?
Exactly, you know. I don't think Armada's going to try and stall out, but if you aren't working to close out the game, it is a possibility.
Yeah.
All right,
Definitely.
stocks even. One big combo
This
could
could
be it, but it
potentially be
looks
it.
like Armada's got the edge guard on lock. Wizzy has to go high, does a little mix-up. Armada gets beaten there, big hashtag.
Oh, Wizzy tries to go for it all!
Biggest play of his entire life. Doesn't work out, but he does stay alive. Second chance, note the fair. Whacks him way off stage, and this should be a textbook finish for Armada.
Armada takes it 3-1 over Wizzrobe in the grand final. Wizzrobe having a great showing and showed way back until the very end that he still had some fight left in him. Tried to go for the utmost insane nipple spike there on the very last stock. This Hail Mary move could have changed the momentum of the entire set,
Yes, that would,
potentially. Unfortunately for him, it didn't work out.
Yeah.
But what Armada thinks about this, I think, is something that everybody wants to know. And I will get him right here to you, so you could ask him about it, right?
I would happily do that. I would love to do that.
All right, so you guys, this is Mr. Love signing out, and I will try to get the top 3 players to talk to my man Tristan. So, see you guys.
In a bit, Dennis, hopefully I will be joined by some of these exquisite players that we just saw on the stage there. Armada chatting with some of his family now, and I think some of his friends as well. Very happy about his victory there on his home turf, as I mentioned, and at a tournament which he specifically worked hard and worked over a long period of time, over 2 years I think it was, that he spent trying to get Melee into DreamHack, and now that's all culminated in another victory for him today. He won teams, he won singles, and it just shows what a champion and what a true competitor he is. You can see Mr. Love on the stage there trying to find some people to come to interviews. Armada seemingly has declined. Wizzrobe shaking his head. Hopefully we'll find someone to talk to, you know, get a bit of info and a bit of insight into how these players felt during that set and how they feel about their placings, you know. Overall, excellent tournament. We had a great top 8 here. Thank you everyone at home for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure to commentate this and bring up these wonderful games to you. We've seen some fantastic performances from the 2 American players that came over. Big shout outs to them for making it here. But then in the end, it was on his home turf, the Swede Armada, who came up on top. Is that coming in here? I hope so, because I want an interview. Oh, there he is. Thank you very much. Okay. Yeah, a little bit of obstacles, but the man is coming in here. You can see him right now on the screens. First off, how are you feeling?
Feels pretty good.
Yeah.
It's been a long season, but I'm happy I managed to finish it with a first place at least.
Yeah, that's great. And you know, DreamHack, I spoke a little bit about. It's something that you worked very hard to, you know, bring and smash into, bring Melee to. Do you feel it means more to you that you managed to come and win a tournament after you put the hard work in to get the game here?
Yeah, probably a bit more than like the average top player. I remember going to DreamHack back in the day when we didn't have like an official tournament, but we had like a very small side corner where like maybe 15, 20 smashers.
Yeah, just paper bracket, that sort of thing.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And me and some friends tried to like recruit new members that